Hello everyone, how you doing today? It's Wolfen here. We're going to do something a little bit different today. We're not going to do any MMO fishing. We're still going to. It's still called Deep Thoughts while MMO fishing, but today we're going to stay in the streaming room and just talk. Um, Topic today is basically what how I am as a small streamer, or the challenges that I'm having as a small content creator, small streamer, and maybe me talking about it might help you if you're going through the same things. Because sometimes, especially with us dealing with the internet and things like that, it's like, yes, you get to talk to a bunch of people, but you're also kind of on your own little island that you might not, that so you don't really talk to anybody that's in the same stuff that we're doing about what you're doing. So I thought, you know what? I was going to do a video on basically you that sometimes I feel YouTube partners are out of touch with what it's like in the trenches for the smaller content creators. Like especially when they're telling you, "Oh, Twitch is dead," or this or things like that. When yeah, they've got a backup plan. They can go to YouTube and make money. They're partners over there. Um, but they're telling you that your only you know source of income from content creating is dead, and that you should be that you should switch over to something that you can't make anything on. It's like, look, I'm in a position where I could go stop being a full time content creator, go back, get a job, and be fine. There's a lot of people who can't do that. That between like physical elements, mental elements, things like that, disabilities, that no, this is their one little income, that along with other things, that this is their one little income where they can make a little bit of money to help pay bills, put groceries on the table, things like that. Because especially if you live in the US, our medical system sucks. Our medical system sucks. Our uh, taking care of people who need to be taken care of suck. The amount of ropes that people have to go through to get things done. I mean, I've got friends that have been, you know, working on disability for years and still getting the runaround. So they're still not getting paid. And they've got multiple doctors going, no, this person cannot do this. And yet the freaking state governments are denying their disability claims over red tape or whatever. And it's a freaking joke. Okay, enough of that rant. But what I'm saying is, Twitch is the one place where they can get at least a little bit of money to pay for groceries or help pay for other things. Um, so hearing YouTube creators partners, constantly bitch about Twitch, is like, no, Twitch is doing plenty of stuff that at least they rolled back the whole ad thing. Um, but doing plenty of stuff that are screwy. But YouTube's not any better. I mean, come on, let's face the facts. YouTube paid a bunch of people to come over to stream on their program. It wasn't that people just came over out of their own goodwill. No, they got paid to come over. Um, and then the others, you know, are over there because they see where this could possibly go, so they're going ahead and do it. Though I see a lot of them also do Twitch streams, so it's kind of a joke. But okay, enough of that. That's what it was going to be on. Now we're going to just talk about my own how I'm going through. How I'm going through as being a small time content creator. Um, so a year and a couple months ago, I made the decision to go full time content creator. I was working I was working for a foreign exchange trading company. Um, they did a bunch of other things. Actually, the foreign exchange trading company part was one of the smaller parts of the place. Um, and they're one of the top in the world. But I hated the job. I'd been working there for 16 years. I got tired of making money, of basically fixing all the things that was wrong with trades for six figure, seven figure shareholders, of fixing all the mistakes and getting a 1% raise and them getting, you know, $1 million bonuses or whatever the hell. Um, I finally was over it. COVID let me COVID let me dip my feet into streaming and YouTube content creating, because I no longer had to spend 2 hours every day, um, going back and forth from work. So I had, an extra 2 hours of my time that I could do something. So I started streaming, started doing a little bit of little bit of YouTube content creating, until I basically just was like, you know what, this is what I like doing. This is what I want. This is what I want to do for my life, for my job. And so I basically I quit my job, cashed in all my retirement stuff, and put it in the savings, with the blessing of my wife, and it started this journey. That was a year and 2 months ago. I've been streaming for 2.5 years now, but making the full time commitment was a year and like a couple of months, and really only since October, November of last year, of really working on YouTube. So, and I'm pretty happy with where we've got to in that time with YouTube. But yeah, so I made that leap, uh, knowing full well that I was going to come nowhere near what I was making at the other place. But with cashing in the retirement stuff and all that, taking that chance, um, has easily let us. I mean, we've been fine. I mean, honestly, we barely have had to, because I no longer had a job where I was getting paid decent amount of money. Um, I cut back my spending habits. That alone has pretty much put us where we're fine. We're to the point where we can put in money into savings, money into um, our equity stuff, and pay a little extra on that stuff to pay that stuff down quicker, and still be able to do what we're doing. So we're fine as far as that goes. Um, and a lot of that has to do with I just cut back my spending. I was spending way too fracking much because I could. Um, but yeah, so made that. The things that I've like physical stuff, like shoulders, hips, I have to be careful on. Because I am definitely sitting and I'm doing stuff on a computer way more than what I was at my other job. And I was at my computer, and it was a computer job. It was, it was a white collar, but I moved around a lot more. I wasn't stuck having to entertain for 6, 7 hours a day. It's like, do my job, move around, do my job, move around, do my job, move around. Where captive audience, I can't really do that while streaming, or at least I have not found how to do that while streaming. I probably need to. Um, so that's the physical part. The mental part has been the biggest thing, and a lot of that is the ups and downs. Twitch alone. YouTube's not bad. YouTube's been a kind of a constant grow of slowly, at least for me, has been a slowly growing thing. Twitch is the one that is the mental bastard. Um, because you can have 70 viewers one day and have 25 the next, and you're mentally trying to, or at least I'm mentally trying to go, okay, what's got these 70 in here and then not here? And it's not like they go away. It's 70 this day, 25 this day, 60 this day, 40 this day, of trying to make that more of a constant. My stream is so widely variable. It's constant now, but that's because I changed up from indie horde to more MMO type stuff. Mostly right now, WoW Classic Hardcore or Diablo 4 or WoW Retail. And I'll probably be messing with some of the other MMO stuff also. So, but my numbers have basically been cut in half pretty much um, by making that change. But my numbers are more consistent now. Um, with Phas, which was my big game, with Phasmophobia and some of the games like that, my scores were all over the place, and that mentally was just like, okay, what's going on? Why is this day I'm doing well, this day I'm not? Um, and that was just mental gymnastics, just trying to figure out. And so you're constantly trying to figure out, okay, what did I do this day that got people in? What did I do this day that got people out? I know for me, probably the last year, I've been wanting to make the change. Probably, maybe not the last year, maybe the last 6 months. I've been wanting to make the change because I was not having fun anymore streaming indie horror. Um, I love horror movies, horror games, not so much. Um, I mean, some I really love, like Phasmophobia, like games like Phasmophobia. I liked because of the mental puzzles of trying to figure out the ghosts, things like that. Um, but other horror games was kind of like, okay, and this is my whole fiscal thing of also now that I'm full time, I don't have the money to be able to just blow on whatever game that comes out, and realizing that it's like, okay, this game has about 6 hours of playtime before you finish it. They're charging $40. Um, they're charging me more than a movie for to play this game because I mean most movies are what 90 minutes. You're paying what $10. So 90 minutes into $10 is whatever. Um, Other games, you got 6 7 hours playtime. If it's not a game like Phasmophobia, that is replayable. But if it's like a single like a RPG type thing or like let's okay for instance like Stray or Resident Evil games like that, which technically basically have 6 or 7 like Stray I think is 6 to 7 hours, and Resident Evil is maybe 10 to 12. Okay, Resident Evil is going to cost you like 60 70 bucks, and or maybe it's 50. I think it's more 60 70. Um, Stray is going to cost you like 40 something. And I'm sitting there going, okay, is that's not it's like it might be a good game, but it's financially, am I going to get $40 worth of entertainment out of that game? And for me, it's just kind of like, no, and that's a lot where indie horror games was going was I was paying, 15 bucks for a game and barely playing it for a couple hours before I realized that the game sucked. Because a lot of the indie horror stuff is also early access. And I was noticing more and more that developers were putting games out that weren't even close to being early access playable. Um, and it just started wearing me down after a while. So I finally just made the cut and go, I'm done. I'm done with this. Faz is about the only game that I'll go back and play still off and on, and I've easily made my money back on that game. But it's also the only game that I really don't mind going back and playing off and on. I can't play it every day like I used to, but going back and playing it, I still have fun with. But I can only do it for a few hours. Um, but yeah, but that mental hurdle was always there. Um, the you'll hear people say always stream like there's someone watching, and I fully believe in that method. But doing that day in and day out, especially like with me, I stream pretty much 7 days a week, um, and usually 6 hours a day. So when chat is slow, like especially with me making the jump back to like more MMO type stuff, I've carried over, about half, a little less than half the viewership that I had doing indie horror, but chat is a lot more quiet. I think the folks that did come over, some no, are interested in watching WoW or watching Diablo 4, things like that. The others, I think, were just followed me over because they like listening to me, they like watching me, um, but they really don't care about the games. So I know eventually I will probably lose those people. Um, but I love them for making the jump over. The rest, no, they're not interested in the games. They like me, but they don't like me enough to watch me play something that they don't care about. And in all honesty, until you get really big, you've got to play the games that the people want to watch. Um, I mean, even I'm even talking about. I mean, you can watch. Okay, in the indie horror group, Insum is a really big guy, and you can watch his numbers plummet if he plays anything other than the top ones of the genre. So like he could be pulling in 7,000 viewers while he's playing Phasmophobia, and if he plays Resident Evil or something like that, his numbers drop down to 4,000. Um, and you're saying, like, oh, he still got 4,000. It's like, yeah, but he lost 3,000. And if he's running ads and things like that, one ad revenue alone is going to be because not all those people sub. Ad revenue alone is going to be is going to get dipped. Now, granted, he's also got a good YouTube channel and all that kind of good stuff, so he's getting stuff there. He's got his own sponsors, but that's what I'm talking about. Is once you make your channel, you're kind of stuck. Now, if you're just doing hobby streaming, none of this really matters. You're just streaming to stream. You don't. You might have in the back of your head that, oh, I would love to be successful at this, but it's not the main focus. You're just doing it to do it. For me, who's trying to do this as a full-time content creator, I've got to think about this stuff. I can't just. I mean, not every single day since I've made the switch to MMO type stuff. Every single day, I think I made a mistake, and that I should go back to indie horror because that's what I built my channel on was indie horror. Um, so like every single day, I think I made that mistake, and every single day, some days I feel okay about that. Some days it puts me into a depression. Luckily, I'm not one of those people who fall into depression a lot or have problems with depression. So my depression is the type that I can deal with, that people can, that I can deal with. Um, but it does do it because no, every single day I think I made a mistake, and but then I go, okay, yeah, but every single day you're enjoying doing what you're doing. It's like you love playing these games. You were not having fun. You were not loving every single day. You woke up going, frack, I gotta I gotta log on to Faz. I gotta log in on a demonologist, um, or whatever. And it was just like, no, I'm not enjoying those games. So that's why I made the leap. And is it probably going to cost me? Yeah. I'm expecting this time next year I will be not being a full-time content creator anymore. If I can get back to where I was with being as an indie horror, I'm good. But I've got to get back to that point, and I'm not sure that's going to happen. We'll see. Getting the YouTube partner would really help. That's just a little extra money coming in, and that's for small indie guys. For small content creators, that's where it really comes into. Of it's not that I'm making a big amount here. It's I'm making a little here, I'm making a little here, I'm making a little here, and that all ends up adding up. So that's what I'm trying to do right now to be able to keep this going for at least another year or so. But I've at least got a year. So, and hopefully at the end of this year, I've grown enough that it's like, okay, no, we're good. We're good for now. Let's give it another year, and then we'll reevaluate at the end of that year. Been kind of rambling. This is why this is just deep thoughts, because I just kind of ramble. Uh, Building a community. I hate Discord. I will fully admit I do not like Discord. I find it clunky. I find it just not. And maybe a lot of it is I don't know how to use Discord, which is probably what it is. I'm used to forums. I'm used to being able to find what I need where I need it or ask something where I need it. Um, I find the idea of every single streamer having their own little Discord um, insane. That would be like every single person having a forum out there. And I understand why we do it, but I don't understand why anybody would join a Discord. Um, for individual streamers. I mean, no, once you find the streamer that you like and that you want to watch consistently, then yes, join the Discord. But so many of us, I mean, and I'm coming from a viewer side of this, not even as the streamer. Um, but I watch a variable amount of different streamers. I don't join all their this. Honestly, I went through in cold most of the discords because I don't watch. I don't go on them. Um, because I've got other stuff to do. I don't have time to sit there and live in a Discord. And oh, he's okay. The streamer's not on. Okay, well, here, let me just be in their Discord all day. Um, I don't got that time. I mean, I get up at 7 o'clock. I do housework till I start streaming, and then I stream for 6 or 7 hours. Then I go do garden work, and then do garden work, and then I start working on YouTube videos. I get done with the YouTube videos, and done with the editing and all that kind of good stuff. And by that time, it's 6 o'clock, and then it's time for me to sit down with the wife and relax for the rest of the evening. Um, that's my day in a nutshell. It's a little shorter on weekends. Weekends I don't do as much YouTube or things like that on the weekends, or cleaning the house or anything like that. Um, so I don't have time to go to Discord. I don't have. I mean, some folks, yes, they've got the time, um, but I don't have the time to even go into my own Discord. I mean, I try to go into my own Discord at least a few times a day, just to see if anyone's asking something, if anyone's saying something. But being in a Discord just to hold a conversation all day, no, I don't have that. I mean, I've got a Discord because it's the thing to do. Otherwise, and it is a good information place of hey, I'm going to be late today. Like today, I'm going to be late because I'm working on this video. Um, because the video I did yesterday, I deleted. Um, but that's about it. I mean, my Discord is small. I mean, we got a few people talk. I mean, I think it's got like 100. I don't think it's up to 200 people, but it's got probably about 140, I think, users. But not all of them talk, and that's because no, they're part of other. They join everyone's discords, and they can't. You can't talk in everybody's discords. I don't know what the solution is. I don't think there is a solution, and at least Discord for the well, okay. I was going to say Discord's free, but Discord's not free because you end up having to pay for a bot. You end up having to pay for the better Discord, what Turbo or whatever. Um, so no, it's not free. I probably could spend the same amount of money on a forum and probably have more enjoyment, but people don't go to forums; they go to Discord. So yeah, but I find Discord trying to find anything in Discord I find extremely not easy. Where a forum was way easier to use. Hi, what you doing? And now I'm being visited by a kitty. I think that's really about it. I've got notes. Let me check my notes here. Um, okay, yeah, we talked a little bit about the constant battle of trying to find you know streaming what people want to watch and streaming what you want to play. Um, for me, that's a constant battle. I mean, and I'm the type of guy who I will play something over and over and over. I mean, that's an MMO disease. Um, Sorry, getting a drink. Um, so for me playing Faz, like I've got over, I think I almost had 4,000 hours played on Faz before I stopped kind of playing it. I was almost level 18,000. Um, but I found that easy because no, I can play games like that over and over and be perfectly happy. What I was running into was bugs in the game that had been in the game for, almost 2 years that didn't seem like they were going to get fixed, but they were severely affecting the game. That's what I was getting tired of running into ghosts that it's like, okay, the ghost is doing this, the ghost is doing this. I know it doesn't have to do that, this other ghost is supposed to be doing this, this, and this. It is doing none of that stuff and not getting any evidence, so that's not helping. So you guess what the one ghost is doing, and it ends up being the ghost that was doing nothing. That's what drove me out of that. But but yeah, it's constantly trying to find. It goes back to that whole "Am I making a mistake?" of because right now, no, what I'm playing, people are not wanting to watch or listen to. At least not half or more of what used to want to watch or listen to. So that's been a big. So that's always a constant thing for me, and I'm sure for others of the same thing of yeah, one day you stream, you got 20 something people watching you playing this game. You go, okay, well, I don't want to really play that game all the time, so I go over and play this game. Same genre, just different game, and you get maybe 10 people, if that. And you're just sitting there going, oh shit, well, I guess I need to play this game. So you have to make that decision. Do do you keep playing the game that people aren't wanting to watch? Or do you go and play the game that people want to watch, but you really don't want to play every day? For anyone that's wanting to try to make this a living, that is a constant thing going on through their head of making that choice of do I play the thing that doesn't make me really happy playing it all the time, or do I play the things that make me happy but know that I'm probably killing the channel? I mean, that's what's running through my head right now is have I killed my channel because I've changed up and I'm playing something that half of my audience does not want to watch or even lurk on. Um, so so I'm sure other folks are having the same issue. But like I said, I mean, if you're a hobby streamer, no, you probably don't. I mean, this does come across as a hobby streamer, but it's an easy decision. It's an easier decision because you're not trying to, make it big. I guess is the word I'm looking for. Where for those who are trying to throw their hat into this ring and try to actually make this into a living, no, it's a much bigger decision. it's like I said, I feel like I pretty much I probably killed my channel. Now's the decision. Now it's can I bring this channel up from the ashes? Is basically where I'm at now. Of is the channel going to stay right where it's at? Because breaking into MMOs is hard. You've got so many more people streaming it. You got so many people. You got a lot more people watching it, but you got a lot more people streaming it also. So trying to break through is hard. Um, so that's the challenge now is okay, and that's the challenge for anyone is can you bring it back from the ashes? Or is it dead? You're hoping for the phoenix. You're not hoping for the pile of ashes. What else we got? We're running a little bit out of time. No, actually, we're not running out of time, but same thing. Oh, okay. Last thing we're gonna go over, or last thing I'm gonna go over. Um, is the mental thing of you make your videos. Okay, this is more of a YouTube. Oh no, this is Twitch and YouTube. Um, you're streaming, you're making your YouTube videos. You're trying, you're being entertaining. You're being, you're either entertaining or you're trying to be instructing. Um, being, helping people out with whatever game you're playing, things like that, and you're where you're at. Uh, you're at the point where you think you're struggling. So you're just like, okay, let me go watch other people. Let's see what they're doing. And you watch their stuff, and they're way more successful than you. And you're watching their stuff, and you're like, are they really doing anything different from what I'm doing? And in a lot of cases, no. Um, and that is a mental that is another mental thing that you have to deal with. Of, are they? It's like, okay, so is this all luck? Yeah, in a lot of cases, this is luck. Um, you're hoping that the algorithm, like if you're on YouTube, you're hoping that the algorithm puts you in the way of other people, so they see you and they go, "Oh wait, I kind of like the way this guy's doing this," and so you end up getting people to watch your stuff. You're hoping for that. Twitch, you're hoping that you might show up on the recommended, or that people went to whatever section that you're in on that game, um, to look forward. Like maybe they normally watch bigger streamers, but they're like, let's watch some smaller streamers, and so they scroll down, and you hope that they find, or they're looking for a keyword, or they're looking for a keyword for that streamer. Like for me, I've got veteran because I was in the Navy. Um, so every once in a while, I'll get people that find my channel because they typed in veteran for the game. So you're constantly doing that, but it's constantly doing what you do, trying to be you, trying to be yourself, but knowing that you probably need to do 110% of yourself. So it's, not always be 100% on, but you actually need to be 110% on. But finding what you are and who you are and being that. Um, you can't look at other people and go, I'm going to be them. You're not them. I mean, there's some streamers that are so fracking energetic that there's no way in hell I could be them. Um, and they're successful because they are energetic. Um, I try to find people that are more my level. Like when I'm trying to study and trying to learn how to be better me, or try to be a better me streamer, content creator, whatever. I try to find streamers and content creators who are more of my disposition, and see, okay, what else are they doing, having that mentality, that reaction to their viewers, things like that. What else are they doing to build a better community that I'm not doing? Because I know I could do a much better job at that. So that's how I get through it. It's not that we're doing the same thing and we're kind of doing it all together. It's start looking for the small little details of, okay, they're doing this. You don't do this. Why don't you do this? Can you do this? So it's things like that I constantly am usually sitting down, watching Twitch, watching YouTube with a notebook, and I'm taking down notes. Do I do it all the time as far as introducing it into my streams or into YouTube? No. Um, but I'm trying. I'm trying to make me better. But I think this video is gone. This is probably the longest podcast we've had so far. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys liked the video, give the video a like. If you guys haven't subbed to the channel, give this channel a sub. If you guys want to help me get the YouTube partner, take some time, run some videos. Even if it's run some videos and mute the tab because you're doing other stuff, I would greatly appreciate it, because it will definitely help out the channel, and get this channel to partner, which will help everything else. But yeah, we should be back to fishing on the next podcast. But just kind of something I just wanted to kind of ramble on because it was kind of rolling through my head. And some of this is for some of this is for new folks. Some of this is for the folks that've been around for 2 years watching me, of knowing my mental what's going on in my head. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye. Peace out.